mean, nobody knows like everything, and we need to talk to other people to understand all sides of the stories, why things happen, and that's how we get to progress. So thank you guys all for coming so much.
Thank you so much. Give it up for them for coming up here and speaking. That's not easy. It's really not easy to talk about these controversial issues on the stage. And these students who you just heard from represent different organizations and councils and departments on campus. So that shows you that, across the board, it's affecting us all and everyone has a different story. So as Josephine was talking about, this is a much greater issue. It's about us being aware and learning about what's going on and being reactive and towards budget cuts and understanding the dynamics and understanding the difficulties that our administration goes through and our faculty. And there's a student organization that exists on our campus that is purely to educate students about that and to let us know these people work tirelessly. Let me tell you, they treat this like a job. They're every 24/7. I don't even know how so many of us do it, but they present in classes. They organize students. They organize the walkout and the teaching last quarter. That was a very impactful event that I'm sure a lot of you were at. And that organization, I'm sure you know, is SQE, or Students for Quality Education. Give it up for SQE. Give it up for SQE. They are fun. They work so hard. I can't tell you, they don't sleep. We're worried. I'm in SQ as well. We all work really hard to educate you and let you guys know what's going on. So I hope that you're getting something from this and the impact that it's had on our campus and bringing this awareness about. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up two organizers of SQE. That's Ruben Vasquez and Patty Guerra. Did I say it right? They're going to tell you a little bit about this issue, and they're also going to tell you about a much larger day of action. I hope you see these March 4th shirts. They're going to tell you about this very exciting day, March 4th, all right? So this is Patty and Ruben.
Hello, my name is Patty. I'm a third year and I'm a jump major.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Ruben. I'm a third year aerospace major. So, again, we wanted to thank everybody for coming out, taking the time during U-Hour to attend this very important rally. It's really inspirational and empowering. Isn't it empowering to see your peers here, change for a change, right? Right? So, listen, look, this really rectifies the importance of students being able to speak out and speak out against, injustices happening within our campus, such as whether it pertains to that 2.9% convenience tax, or whether it pertains to the fact that administration keeps making decisions about us without us, giving us not timely notification. It's really empowering to see that. Look, I can see all these students, right, rising up, okay? But we have to realize that this issue that we're facing here on campus is part of a much, much broader issue affecting the whole entire state. Cal Poly isn't the only one taking cuts. We're not the only ones facing program elimination. We're not the only ones facing fee increases. We have to recognize that this is a bigger issue, and because it is a bigger issue, we need more students to rise up and to be able to speak out against these issues, right? So here's Patty going to talk about what's going on.
So a couple months ago, there was a UC Berkeley conference, and out of that conference, it was composed of students and faculty and teachers and community supporters from all segments of the education, from K through PhD. And so what came out of that is on March 4th, which is next Thursday already, it's going to be the day of action for education. And so on that day, it was only a state issue. It was only a California issue. Now it's a national and international day of action, where you have people in France, people in New York, you have people in Massachusetts, Texas, Mexico. They're all going to unite with us on this very same day, on March 4th, for this common struggle and to fight for our education. The same thing we're doing here, but this time it's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of people around the world that are going to be doing for this day. So we're asking all of you is to, we're here today, but again, it is the broader issue, and we on March 4th, on Thursday, we're gonna take it to LA, where our legislators and our governors make decisions about us without us, right? And so we're gonna go on that day. So on 1:30, we're gonna do a kickoff rally, and at 2:30 we're gonna get on the buses and go to LA, and come back here around 7:30. We're getting the buses, and so we need people to fill up those buses to go there. We have approximately 100 seats. Get on the buses. So this is a day and your opportunity. Think about it. A couple years later, when you're like with wrinkles and we're grandparents, and when you talk to your children later, like early to your grandchildren, you tell them, you know what? I was part of that movement. This is your opportunity to bring through that. What happened in the civil rights movement? Let's continue it. So on March 4th, if you're interested, please sign up as soon as possible. We're on that table over there. We have RSVP letters, so please sign up as soon as possible. And so get on the bus, you guys. And we will be back on campus to continue this struggle. So we'll be back to continue fighting back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The buses are going to be in front of the CLE building, and that's when we go. We have a flyer with all the information. So, and then feel free to ask Wendy over there about any type of information. And there will be food. There will be food. And please come to the kickoff rally too. We're gonna have a guerrilla theater where people are gonna be acting, and then we're gonna have music and poetry as a source of like getting our energy and pump up, and then we go to LA. And the same thing's gonna happen over there. We're gonna march up to our governor's office along with all segments of education and union workers and faculty and parents, and then the program's gonna continue on there too. So please join us.
About the greater issue. And I just want to reiterate, you guys, I hope you understand that March 4th is a historical day that is coming up. If you can imagine this times 1,000, all over California, in New York, Connecticut, Illinois, Massachusetts, Tennessee, Berlin, France, Mexico, all over. I hope you get that. I hope you really understand. This is why, these are the reasons why these students are so invested. I'm here and so involved because I understand. I'm so inspired to know that there's thousands and millions of other students like me who have these issues, who are having difficulties getting their classes, and who empathize with all of their school. And there comes a time. We have jobs, we have organizations, we have things, and you should be selfish sometimes. You should think about yourself. You have to take care of your life. You're here for you. But there comes a time when you realize that this is a much greater issue, and all you have to do is stand somewhere. All you have to do is sacrifice a half afternoon and get a free lunch and get on a free bus and stand somewhere and be inspired by your fellow students. So this is what this is about. Be involved, stay aware, and make that small sacrifice just to be present. All you have to do is be present. All you have to do, go to that table over there. If you are available, it's a Thursday. Even if you might miss a class or something. If you can miss a class, if you can miss a meeting, if you can come, please go over to that table, sign an RSVP form, and get on that bus. I promise you, it will be inspiring. I promise you, when you see thousands of students downtown, I promise you, it will inspire you, and you'll realize why this made a difference. I've just spoke to different administrators today, in this rally. They said this made a difference. This is our position as a grassroots movement of students. This is what we can do. This is our power. So use it, and you can. So please,